Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. There's some stuff settling down. We got some worried folks out there. Hierophants here. So yeah, the Hierophants here, manifesting new beginnings. Hard work is paying off. All right then, so in the central energy, we've got the Star. No, I cannot reach into Christine's energy. This is a planetary circumstance for the shift that is happening for humanity and those who have been feeding on them. We've got the Star. Those who have the inner sun, those who have an active soul, S-O-L, of the solar plexus of their rainbow covenant. In the challenge position, Two of Cups in the reverse. There's a divorce, breakup. Somebody's disagreeing. Disharmony. Two of Cups, disharmony. Those with a powerful light inside of them had been kept apart from love. They were not, they were interfered with greatly when it came to relationship or romance or union, sacred union. Yeah, in the subconscious, we've got Six of Pentacles, generosity. The Star is very generous here. Seven of Cups. She gave generously to a community that caused a lot of illusion. In the recent past, Eight of Cups, a failed attempt. Walking away. Intentions, expectations. We've got the Hermit. So we got some research. The light is on, and we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Turning point. We're at a certain turning point. In the near future. Regret. The lens is being looked through. Nine of Cups. Somebody's in regret, disappointed regarding your accomplishments. Star. The divine masculine of a celestial sort stated that they kept sacrificing this person even though they had already been so generous, and to get more, to get more, to get more. They're disappointed in your accomplishments. You're getting your will. Knight of Pentacles. In the reverse. Deadbeat. They didn't have a job. They're overthinking. They're traumatized. They're getting cut out very quickly. There's like justice. Hopes and fears. You could be afraid of something. They got to get a job. They got to go get a job. That's a deadbeat. They're scared. They got to go get a job. They're confused. They weren't able to take your stuff. Outgoing energy. Taking the high ground. You're standing up for yourself. You're battle ready. You're battle ready. Somebody's rock bottom. Somebody's utterly defeated by the temperance angel. Temperance angel is battle ready. And somebody is utterly defeated. That's the end of the burden for the temperance angel. You stood up for yourself. You took the high ground. Yeah, somebody's in utter defeat because of your temperance. Queen of Pentacles, look, Queen of Pentacles. You're business-minded, you're practical, you have solutions, you're very grounded, you're generous. Queen of Cups, you're emotionally balanced, you're very caring, you're loving. You're the Empress. You tell the truth. You want to nurture yourself, your community, your surroundings, the world. You know, Divine Feminine, you have the light within you. Every month you have like this magnificent purification ritual going through you. Your energy, everything is refreshed. Renewed. So the star is in the central energy. Intuition. Picking up on the red flags. Using your intuition. Two of Cups in the reverse. Divorce. Those who have caused disharmony within union, there's a divorce. They're getting cut off. They didn't want to have a harmonious, sacred union. So they're experiencing a breakup. Somebody could be experiencing a breakup. Six of Pentacles here. Charity, generosity. Seven of Cups. So you were given very generous, that you were showing generosity to the illusionists, these people that were causing illusions, third-party enemies. You were giving generously. Spirit said that they had sacrificed you over and over and over again when you had already given so generously. They wanted more and more and more. They wanted to F with your mind. Eight of Cups. They got to find a new path. They failed. They could be at a distance. We got the Hermit here. You've done your research. You're turning the wheel on this circumstance, on this situation. The karmic wheel is spinning. He who speaks with all authority stated that they will get what they deserve, as will us all. Vacation. You will be traveling soon. Karmic wheel is turning. This could literally be like timeline adjustments. Literal moving. Somebody's going to regret. They could be crying. Yeah, they're in regret. They got to know. They were rejected. They rejected you. They're being rejected. You gave them so generously, and they messed with your mind really bad. So they're not getting connection. You've got, they're looking, the lens they're looking through is your Nine of Cups is protected. Knight of Pentacles is in the reverse here. In the environment, they are scared. Everything that they have done here is coming back on them. The beatings, the brutalizations, the torture. Page of Pentacles, they got to get a job. They got to get a job. Intimacy. Their job is intimacy. It's like they were prostituting the stars. They were prostituting the energy out. And it's like all of that. So now they're being prostituted. There's a lot of complaints about this vengeance of God for what they've been doing to the pure energy of these rejuvenators, these stars who have the energy to heal the planet and their communities. Seven of Wands, you're battle ready. You're taking the high ground. Giving it time. Everything in divine timing. You're in the flow. The river of life. Patience. So you're exercising patience. Just a few more months. We're letting the things go to make room for the new beginning that's on its way to you now. things are getting very serious. This new, yeah. So open your heart to commitment. Luck is on your side. Oh my goodness. Honeymoon. So we got a liar, a water sign, doing love spells, and karma. So would this liar, water sign that did love spells is going to go, what, repeat the cycle? They have to go experience what they put others through with this love spell business, and then shag it and tag it, claim it and drain it, and all this other stuff that they were doing. So the star is here, looking at red flags, using their intuition regarding love and divorce of those who betrayed their oath. Rebellion. A need for spiritual freedom is leading you away from outdated belief systems. Bad luck. Remember that everything is temporary. Both struggle and success are part of the cycle. You're rebelling against bad luck. You're rebelling against those who tried to it's outdated belief systems that were bringing everybody bad luck. They were keeping everybody in a state of poverty, with spending most of their time at work and very, very little time at home with their own children. It was purposefully orchestrated. So those who were causing disharmony within the loving union, there's a divorce, experiencing a breakup. Somebody's in disagreement. There's a transition here. Releasing what no longer serves to search for deeper meaning and more authentic paths. So these people who did not believe in love, who created a lot of chaos in love, who were in competition with the one that they chose to spend time with so that they could destroy their mind and their happiness, their peace, they're getting cut out. They could be transitioning. Divorce, a breakup. Divorce, a breakup. Transition. Releasing what no longer serves. Yeah, more authentic paths. It's a rebellion. Bad luck. The star. These ones are really nasty, man. They're nasty. They're used to transferring all their nastiness onto others, onto these loving unions. But they're not loving unions. These are just men who target a woman just so that they can lay their shit onto her and steal her identity. A very generous person here. You are being very generous to the community that was causing fantasies and illusions. These third-party enemies. Stand still, that were sacrificing everybody, sabotaging everybody. They're feeling sorry for themselves. They failed at whatever it is they were trying to do. They have failed. They're at a distance. You or your partner may be physically or emotionally distant, or they are at a distance. We've got momentum. The momentum for new ideas is coming up. A surge of energy. Events are moving at great speed. Sudden change. New ideas. Expect a breakthrough in thought, justice, or communications as new rules are revealed. Truth and direction. Flow state. Thank you. Momentum. So there's some new ideas that are gaining momentum in this space regarding this misalignment. This misalignment. This stuff right here. Yeah, we don't want to do that anymore. So we're making a transition. We want loving union. We don't want to compete with the one that we're sleeping with or sharing our intimate energy with. That's just stupid, man. Nobody wants that. Are you kidding me? The only ones who want that are men who are like into fighting and stuff. I mean, maybe they like that, but they don't know how to act with women. And you know, personally, I don't think that it's necessarily men. I think it's this parasite, like whatever this entity is that has the personality traits of narcissism and misogyny, and this need to dominate everybody. Whatever that is, it's an attachment. It's a parasite. But there's too many people that are exhibiting the same personality traits for this to be anything other than a parasitical infestation that's driving the mind with the same personality traits and characteristics. It seems to have a specific role for those stars that they are harvesting, that they project into the energy so they can violate. And others are like, yeah, there's others. Anyhow. We got the Hermit here. There has been some research. The karmic wheel is turning. We've got vacation. You will be traveling soon. Criticism. You are recovering from the criticism that these ones had slandered you. They've been talking about blasphemy. Spirit's been talking about blasphemy against the stars, against the celestial stars. Take it as it resonates. So you're recovering from all the criticism, all the slander. You'll be traveling soon. Somebody's in regret. They failed and they got the answer no. No, because they are impulsive and weak. They are impulsive and weak. They only felt strong because they were punishing women and children. So they got rejected. The lens is being looked through. 9 of Cups. Your wealth is being protected. Your star energy is being protected. They will not be feeding on you. This is the end of their relationship with batteries, said God. They won't be harvesting. Those people who have the inner sun that can provide their own energy. Nostalgia. Your guardian. This may be your protector, may be somebody that you knew in the past, a past life perhaps. Knight of Pentacles is in the reverse. We got a deadbeat here. They're scared. They're overthinking. We got Mercury retrograde. Everything that they've done to you is coming back on them. I had a vision of a man who was gagging, like he was trying to throw up. And then a couple days later, I saw him and he had like black eyes. I think this is probably somebody who violated me in the history. And he kind of looked like somebody who actually stood by me in the Fred Meyer salad section in a dress and heels. And he stood there with a basket over his arm and he was just kind of looking, and he looked at me and he kind of smiled and he was pretending like he was looking at the, yeah. And he also in the dream state. So whoever this is, I think is somebody that I knew, but it could be somebody, an experience that you're having also with somebody that may have violated you lifetimes ago and has been having you go through the ringer, that is now getting everything that they've done to you back on them. Somebody that gets a union, that shags it and tags it just so they can steal the identity of it and then walk around in the spiritual authority of it. Luxury. They got to give it back. This deadbeat is scared. They got to give back your luxury, your life of luxury. You are free of their bindings, their curses, their hexes. You are free from that bad luck that they had you in. The curse was broken. They got to give back the life of luxury. Their new job is intimacy. They are a prostitute. Intimacy, because they were preventing. They were preventing temperance. By shagging it and tagging it and messing everybody's rainbow chakra up and all this stuff. They were preventing temperance. Their job was to go out and be a prostitute, to sleep with women, to shag it and tag it, and then to mess up their damn life. You're battle ready. You took the high road. We got give it time, everything in divine timing. Let things flow. Well, that was too many cards. Unproductive, immaturity. You're standing up for yourself. You took the high road. You're there and you're like, you're giving it some time, because we've got unproductive immaturity here. They're wanting to have sex. They're preventing temperance. They got to give back your life of luxury. They're impulsive and weak. They've been rejected. Your identity is your identity. There's a divorce here. They didn't get the harvest. They wasted their time. So their sexual partners or whatever was holding temperance for this person. That's how they were preventing their own tower. Impatience, unfulfilled, corruption. Arrogant, superficial. Arrogant, superficial, unfulfilled, impatient, corruption. Irrational and controlling. It looks like you might be leaving behind a legacy of generosity. They got to give you back your life of luxury. They got to give it back. God said that the land was going back to the original people. Whoever these third party uninvited guests are that have been out there prostituting themselves and then putting a whole bunch of crap into the feminines here. Yeah, you're leaving a legacy, a foundation of sustainable wealth, supporting generations to come. Solitude. You went through a transformation. You could be illuminating those who have undergone the transformation versus those who need improvement, which could be bringing improvement to the finances of people. You've gained the opportunity to use discernment, and look, we've got unmotivated. So you can discern those people who are actually motivated to do work, to build, to create, to produce, to share, versus those who are not. Alrighty then, so star, rejuvenation, intuition. You are psychically connected. We're breaking away from outdated belief systems that are more harvest systems, ensnarement traps, leading to bad luck. You're shedding the light on that. These people who've been consuming, they've been consuming the star energy, the celestial beings, their energy, their wealth. They've been sacrificing celestial beings and consuming them. They already know, some of these younger, as I've heard them say to some of these older, is you're in a body that doesn't even belong to you. So they know that they're gobbling people and wearing identities that don't even belong to them. And they're up there in this space up there in what appears to be a religious position. They're very, very furious about the star illuminating what's going on here and speaking freely because they are free. We got divorce here. Those who are bringing disharmony to union are getting cut out. There's a transition, a walking away. Not everything is a crisis. You're imagining things spiraling out of control, but really it's just laundry. So this person right here is like freaking out. Look, they're like, they want to eat. They're hungry. They were saying, I own all the merchandise of the earth angels. This person has been consuming celestial beings for a long time. They talk about this curator of human vital force. They talk about dissolving it. And I don't know. There's all these weird ways of harvesting that they speak of. I don't know. So we got transition. Somebody could be experiencing some kind of a mental explosion. Because you are being kind to yourself. You're loving the inner divine, the source connection that's helping you read your soul map that no one else can read. Your source connected soul map. Yeah. There's a rebellion. There's a rebellion. You've shed light on this person, whoever is eating up. They're hungry. They've been consuming people. They've been consuming this. Somebody's there and they're like, they've been eating the light body of their following and messing with their minds. But it looks like they're undergoing some kind of a transition, or you're going to go to a more authentic path. You deserve the same kindness that you're showing your inner divine. You're very charitable. You were being very charitable to those who were playing with your mind. This third-party triangle that kept sacrificing people, that's coming to an end. Everything is weird. They didn't know it. Look. Everything is weird. Nobody knows what they're doing. They've been sacrificing people and then stepping into their role, and they don't know what they're doing. They're in a fantasy. They've been sacrificing people that are in positions of authority or influence, and then they don't know what they're doing. They're just up there reading a script because whoever is in charge of the camera and the crew gave it to them, and they have to say what they... People like me and others who survived this nastiness are speaking on behalf of the divine. Like, no man has bound our hand. We didn't sell our soul or nothing, you know? So there's like a standstill happening here. They don't know what they're doing. They're just on the television having conversation about their opinions, about whatever, and their opinions don't matter because they have no vision. They have no roots, so they weren't meant for the position. So we got 8 of Cups here. They failed. They could be at a distance. New ideas are gaining momentum regarding the misalignment of love. You are enough. You belong. Right now, as you are, exactly where you are. Loving your inner divine. These people were feeding while playing with people's minds. There's a transition going on here. You are enough. You belong. There's the Hermit here. So there's been some research going on. We got the Wheel of Fortune turning. You may be traveling soon. There is recovery after criticism. Calm your thoughts. You're not going crazy. You're just overloaded. Close a few tabs. Somebody may have thought that you were insane. What was going through our minds, the way that these Wi-Fi, streaming, Hulu, Vudu, YouTube, freaking movies, radio shows. They've been using these towers to stream towers through the transmitter receiver, their organic, original communications source connected device, divine. They've been bringing towers to our minds. And then they've been convicting us of having anger issues when it wasn't even our thoughts. It was Wi-Fi streaming of radio shows of anger, radio shows of hate, radio shows of grr. It was never, it was heinous. So, you got to really take command over what thoughts are flowing through your mind. And you get to say what thoughts get to live here and what thoughts do not. If you made a pact with your inner divine and you say, not everything is a crisis, and you're just going to take it easy on yourself, and you're going to say, those thoughts don't get to live here. And you start closing tabs. Those people who are giving you their opinion about what they feel about you and how you should alter yourself to please them better. But when you got hundreds of people saying the same thing to you, you can't please them all, man. I learned that in my early 20s. It's like, man, I can't, are you kidding me? I can't even please myself. And you guys want me to try to please you? No, you got to trust your soul. Because you got to connect to source within your inner divine and recognize that no matter what those people who've been harvesting you, feeding on you, no matter what they say to you to get your mind all in a tizzy, you're enough. You're exactly what you need to be. Trust yourself. You know more than you realize. Somebody is disappointed and in regret because they were rejected. They are seen as impulsive and weak. While you trust yourself, you know more than you realize. Less drama. Nine of Cups, accomplishment, guardian, nostalgia. Let it go. Yeah. Not every thought deserves attention. We're living in an atmosphere, a community where there are towers everywhere, and those towers are sending information to and fro into every household. And if you are a psychic empath medium and you are a transmitter receiver, which you are, you got a brain, and all that is being pushed through your mental body, just like it's being received by your freaking, what do they call that thing? Your modem or whatever, yeah. So anyway, you're letting it go. It doesn't belong to you. So you got to choose which thoughts get to live here. If there are thoughts of hate and anger and rage and all that, it's like, hey, that doesn't belong to me. I let that go a long time ago, and I've let it go over and over and over again because it's not my stuff. It isn't what I focus on. I'm 60 years old, man, and I've been single a long time. That shit don't live here. The one who used to spin with that stuff is long gone. So we got a Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. And we've got Mercury retrograde and life of luxury. They have to give you back your life of luxury. You're not behind. Everyone's pretending to have it together, and you don't need to, because while they're hustling and bustling and all of that, you're just being, They got to give you back your life of luxury. These people have stolen your honor. This has been going on for centuries, and we've been through the birth and death cycle over and over and over again while they've been sucking the light out of our inner divine. They got to give you back your life of luxury that they stole lifetimes ago. You're not behind. You were never a commoner and you were never a peasant. You have this golden royal energy in you. You've always been enough. And this jackass in this thing here, they've been feeding on you and bringing you bad luck, keeping you low, feeding on your energy, making sure that you didn't grow or glow. You're not behind. They got to give you back your life of luxury. They've been running around boasting of this and that, but these are the lifetimes that you have lived in the past, and each one of these jackasses is carrying your trophy. You don't need to pretend to have it together. These people, their job is intimacy, sexual encounters, to prevent temperance, to bring chaos, to break hearts, to bring divorce, disappointment, destruction to the light within you. Restart. Turn yourself off and turn yourself back on. So this sexual thing was preventing temperance. So we got turn yourself off and turn yourself on. It could be mastering your own intimate energy. Turn yourself off, turn yourself on. Like you're mastering that energetic flow. You say what it will do when it's in you, where it's going to go. Will you gather it and store it somewhere in your body? I mean, you're the master of it. It belongs to your inner divine. You can take that energy and store it up in your soul in your heart. So, yeah. Restart. Turn yourself off. Turn yourself on. Seven of Wands. You're taking the high road. You're battle ready. You're at the top. Could be the king or queen of that hill. You're giving it time. Somebody, those immature folks are wasting their time. They're unproductive. They don't create, produce, or share. And you've set boundaries with them. They didn't get their harvest. They didn't get you. It's time for you to slow down. Take a break. You're surviving. Keep going. You're safe. Even chaos expires. This is temporary. You're fine. Take a nap. Trust actions. Touch grass. Go outside. The internet will survive. Words are easy. Patterns are truth. Trust actions. Consistency. Go outside. Choose yourself. You're allowed to come first. Try again. This is a restart. You're trying again. You're choosing yourself. You are learning, and mistakes are teachers. So, yeah. Now, this is important to you. Crap, I gotta get back there. Because it's important. So, you have too many tabs open. Close a few. Life is absurd. Laugh a little. Lower your expectations. Peace starts here. Say no to this crap. All of those invitations, all of those lesser opportunities, all of those contracts that will bind you to an agenda and then pin you there so that you're not free to move forward with your own soul map and silent urgings. Yeah. So lower your expectations. You don't have to get to the top of the mountain right away. We got infinite time. Say no is a complete sentence. It's not urgent. You know, I learned that a long time ago too, back in my 20s, I suppose. I used to race to work, you know. I used to go as fast as I could and I'd be like, vroom, lit up in the morning. And I'd just fly if I thought I was going to be a little bit late. And then one day I thought, you know what? If I'm 5-10 minutes late, it doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world. So I slowed down. I intentionally stopped rushing. It was wild. So you matter, and your presence changes things. Let them go. Let them go. And breathe. Everything will be okay. There's less drama. Rest. It's not your problem. Well, guys, I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave it at that. I think that's pretty good. You're setting boundaries with immaturity. Those people who are unproductive, they don't actually work, create, produce, share, care. They don't touch the soil. You know, in the astral, I went to this place. There were a bunch of young people there like this. But there was an older one there also. And he was like a master soil tender. He took me to go look at the soil. And it was so rich and so dark and fluffy. It was wonderful. And I guess maybe he's going to be part of the new earth, as will all of these people that were there. Brothers and sisters, relatives. So, I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed evening. And I'll see you later.